So many amazing things about being out here at the 2025 USMS Spring National Champion. Number one is some of our amazing athletes. Currently in the water is heat number 1. William Learmoth in lane 3. William Van Horn in lane 4. In lane 5, Norman Solberg. And then 2 of our older gentlemen, both above 90. In lane 6, Everett Smethurst. And in lane 7, Larry Good. On the even side, in lane 1, Ken Pepkin. Lane 2, David Smith. Lane 3, Bob Weltley. Lane 4, Jack Iliff. Lane 5, Richard Burns. Lane 6, Richard Abrams. Lane 7, James Elder. Lanes 8, Andrew Cook. Lane 9, Howard Sheen. And in lane 10, Sandy Thatcher. Also, if there is a Swim Fort Lauderdale coach, if you could swing by the announcer's booth when you get a moment, please. Swim Fort Lauderdale. If you guys could swing by the announcer's booth. Taking the win for heat number 1 with a time of 1:39.67 out of lane 4. William Van Horn representing the Olympic Club. Attention athletes, if you're planning on swimming in the 2025 World Aquatics Masters Championship this summer, we invite you to meet the USMS coach that's going to be going. Chad DeRue is here. He's currently in the stands on the turn end of the pool behind the even side in a black polo. You see him waving his hands, looking super happy. Go on, say hello. He's going to be here through about 11 a.m. So go meet your coach. Currently in the waters, we have heats 3 and lane 4. For heat 3 in lane 1, we have P. Kruger. Lane 2, Kevin McPheron. Lane 3, Lee Childs. Lane 4, Stephen Heck. Lane 5, Bob Couch. Lane 6, Edward Wallace. Lane 7, Rob Floyd. Lane 8, Gregory Johnson. Lane 9, Jose Barble. For heat number 4, in lane 1, Larry Darrow. Lane 2, Jeff Shelvin. Lane 3, Greg Hayes. Lane 4, Patrick Harrington. Lane 5, Michael O'Donohue. Lane 6, Miles Aries. Lane 7, Bill Burns. Lane 8, Matthew Vogel. Lane 9, Ralph Bovard. And in lane 10, Michael Vale, taking the win for heat number 3 with a time of 109.67, representing Swim Fort Lauderdale, Stephen Heck. Then if you're a swimming guru like I am, you're a little excited because there's another special guest here on ground. I'm hearing word that Kyle Sockwell has arrived, and he's going to be swimming the 50 free today, trying to beat his best time of 21.9. And before the 200 mixed relay, he's going to be swimming an exhibition 50 free in the ugliest yellow Croc boots you've ever seen. You guys can stop by Partner Village and see these boots Also, stick around for about 1 p.m. today and watch that exhibition heat. Swimming currently in the water is Heat 5, Lane 1, Donahue, Lane 2, Vicard, Lane 3, Evers, Lane 4, Kelsey, Lane 5, Wolf, Lane 6, Abbott, Lane 7, Uki, Lane 8, Kudus, Lane 9, Falchus, and Lane 10, Rival. Heat 6 diving in on the far side, Lane 1, Atchison, Lane 2, Hetcher, Lane 3, Murchie, Lane 4, Burr, Lane 5, Bird, Lane 6, Nearson, Lane 7, Pedeldi, Lane 8, Cottingham, Lane 9, Rain, and Lane 10, Miller. Coming into the wall for a strong finish with a time of 1:03.78, Rick Abbott.
Got a great race going here in the odd pool. Tom Wolf, Rick Abbott. Whoops, I missed a heat. Thank you. Michael Ham at lane 6 from Nickel City Splash. That's Heat 8 in the water. Michael Cassiato in 1, Bill Sherman 2, Guy Davis 3, Gregory Oxley in 4, Jeff Naylor in 5, Bruce Paca in 6, Greg Blummel in 7, Greg Meek 8. Robert Heat in 9, and David Linst in 10. We've got Heat 9 with David Murray in 1, Mark Smith 2, Cataldo in 3, Peter Scala in 4, Thomas Melger in 5, Douglas Hammond 6, Andy Dodelin in 7, Mitch Perry 8, Jerry Magner in 9, and James Chalky in 10. Greg Oxley in lane 4 with a time of 102.88. And Greg swims for Landshark Aquatic Masters. Thomas Melgar from Michigan Masters wins Heat 9 with a time of 1:11.49. Heat 10's in the water. Andrew Marriott in 1, George Johnson 2, Lex Pagis in 3, Peter Krekel in 4, Eduardo Gonzalez 5, Terry Hilgen in 6, Stanford Young in 7, Stephen Shaman in 8, Russell Hubbard 9, and John Sutter in 10.
I cannot see it in there whether or not it's modified. Notified swimmer. Okay. But
Taking the win for heat number 10, representing Team Walker, Eduardo Gonzalez with a time of 104.17.
Heat 11, John Fedek from New England is in 2, Tom Grisa, Wisconsin in 3, Albert DiPrezito in Palm Beach is in 4, Greg Wade in 5, Jan Michel from New Braunfels is in 6, Anders Rasmussen in 7, Michael Bergman 8, David McCarty 9, and Robert Frappia in 10. Got David McCarty out in lane 9. And David wins it with a time of 103.93. He swims for Puget Sound Masters. Nicely done, gentlemen.
Swimming in the water right now is heat 12, with lane 1 being Hilgen, lane 2 Morris, lane 3 Lineman, lane 4 Trevini, lane 5 Tolcher, lane 6 Hughley, lane 7 Bazile, lane 8 Van Dyke, lane 9 Gabriel, lane 10 Freud. Taking the win for heat number 12 with a time of 57.9, representing Mission Vallejo's Carlo Trevini.
Got heat 13 in the water. Nim Meshar in 1, Edmund Puckett in 2, Keith McCain in 3, Anthony Daughtery in 4, Steve Mackey in 5, and a hometown friend, Bill Elizondo in 6, Dirk Johnson in 7, Larry Balkus in 8, Mike McGaw in 9, and Jerome Sherman in 10.
No smoking in the pool, please.
Anthony Daugherty from Team Texas Masters wins Heat 13 with a time of 1:11.69. Nice swim, guys. Nice job, Bill Elizondo. Welcome home.
Heat 14 in the water. Lane 1, Kyle. Lane 2, Tyler. Lane 3, Lynch. Lane 4, Tingstrom. Lane 5, Powell. Lane 6, Reddington. Lane 7, Downey. Lane 8, Gearing. Lane 9, Belknap. Lane 10, Harmon.
Heat 15, Don Appleby in 1, Norman Skorga in 2, Cola Romano 3, Doug Mosteller in 4, James Luby in 5, Rudy Espinosa in 6, Sean Larson 7, and in 8 is Ross Davis. Bradley Boot is in 9, and David Scott in 10.
Ladies and gentlemen, the fun part is now beginning. We're in need of some timers. If you guys can come on down and help us out. Many, many more timers are needed. But most importantly, we're going to need one in lane 2 on the odd end. If you guys come on down, help us out, it would be greatly appreciated.
Doug Mosteller with a time of 101.09 wins Heat 15 in lane 4.
The 16s on the water. Lane 1, McHale. Lane 2, Schnoteg. Lane 3, Jenkins. Lane 4, Sproles. Lane 5, Wharton. Lane 6, Patino. Lane 7, Stassi. Lane 8, Conley. Lane 9, Stackel. Lane 10, Woodring.
Heat 17, Marcus Thompson in 1, Bobby Wu in 2, Ryan Murphy in 4, Scott Dillon 5, Patrick Baker in 6, Ryan Caldwell 7, Ryan Ish in 9, and Gerardo Vidma in 10.
Taking the win for heat number 16 with a time of 57.79. Past Olympian David Wharton representing the New Albany Aquatics Club.
Scott Dill in lane 5 with a time of 104.31 from New Albany Aquatics Club. Nice swim, guys. Heat 19, Scott Jackson is in 1. In 3, Russell McDowell. In 4, Michael Chiappetta. In 5, Eduardo Tiozzo. John Rockwell is in 6. George Pinal is in 8. Ty Richardson 9, and Adam Weiss is in 10. This is Heat 19 in the odd pool. It's Russell McDowell from Austin Swim Club on the final length.
Heat 20 taking the leap in. Lane 1, Hooper. Lane 2, Mastrachino. Lane 3, Dudson. Lane 4, Christensen. Lane 5, West. Lane 6, Schweck. Lane 7, Moore. Lane 8, Orris. Lane 9, Petrick. And lane 10, Adams.
With a time of 57.13, Russell McDowell from Austin Swim Club wins Heat 19.
Close race down there on the even side. 5 yards to go and coming into the wall first with a time of 55.3, Steve West, representing Nova Aquatics.
Alberto Cabillas is in 1. Chet Jones in 2. Juan Garay in 3. Paul Beatty in 4. Jake Conca in 5. Robert Hartman 6. Abel Lopez 7. Brian Goldberg 8. And Sean Donaldson in 10. Juan Garay with a time of 105.07 wins Heat 21.
But if you...
Scott, I'm totally geeking out right now. somebody I've followed online forever standing next to me, and I don't know how to do. But joining the announcer booth with us, I have Kyle Sockwell. He's got some teams getting ready to go. So Kyle, how you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. I'm nervous about my 50 later, and I'm just glad it's not 100. Both racing, you can talk as much as you want, but if not, just kind of be mindful.
Got a great race going on in the odd pool. Bring it home. Legs drive the wolf. In lane 6, Chris McKee from Longhorn Aquatics with a time of 57.61. Heat 25, Henry Forrester from Alamo Area Masters, Alamo Heights in 1. David Yelasic in 2. Christopher Wong in 3. Kurt Kilber in 4. Jeremiah Stanton in 5. David Geraldo in 6. Frank Muchna in 7. Michael McClure in 9. And Bayan Weaver in 10.
Heat 26 on the water, lane 1, Brown, lane 2, Williams, lane 3, Dominguez, lane 4, Brimmer, lane 5, Jimson, lane 6, Ford, lane 7, Patel, lane 8, Herpel, lane 9, Steinford, and lane 10, Grierner.
Jeremiah Stanton from Rio Grande Valley with a time of 103.40 wins Heat 25. In 10, Travis Bartosh. 9, Kurt Havens. Dustin Pfluger in 8. George Figueroa 7. Adis Singleton in 6.
Heat 28 diving in on the far side. Lane 1, Bowen. Lane 2, Marvick. Lane 3, Peterson. Lane 4, Shetelvik. Lane 5, Fink. Lane 6, Ferreira. Lane 7, Shu. Lane 8, Holzman. Lane 9, Otis. And in lane 10, Deary.
Lane 6 is Singleton with a time of 56.68. Wins Heat 27.
Close race on the even side.
Lane 4, that's Jake Allen. He said he wanted to go out as fast as he possibly could today. So keep an eye on his last 25. I've been training with him, and I don't think it's going to be good.
Great underwaters.
I'm curious, is it intentional?
Oh, no.
Is it intentional that he has a name with sock on his cap?
It's intentional, but that back to breast turn was not. Jake Allen in lane 4 under world record pace, ladies and gentlemen. Get behind him. Under the flags. Breaks the world record by 30 seconds, Jake Allen.
I mean,
Yeah.
I heard him say earlier that you were slow and he's going to beat you.
He probably would have beat me. I'm not gonna lie.
A great race going on in the odd lane, odd tank. Swimming too fast to get the names out. Just check out the scoreboard. Woo!
I'll grab it after this heat. This will be.
See who can bring it home.
This one's gonna be.
We've got lane 4. Valentine with a slight lead. Here comes 5, Bobby.
Uh-oh. Is there enough pool left? Oh!
Valentine from the Woodlands.
One thing I try and teach my kids is those extensions on the finish, and you just seen 3 of them right there. Finishing first on the far side with a time of 58.42, Cameron Green.
There's been a lot of
seen
talk
one of those turns in a while.
lanes 2 and lanes 9 over on the odd end of the pool there in the white caps. It's Pat Murphy.
Great race coming into the last leg.
Dan Feely. Field tightens up a lot on breaststroke, especially at this age. Woo!
It's always interesting because then you come into freestyle and it's like you got the good breaststrokers and the not good breaststrokers coming into the wall on your finish. Is your guy going to be able to make it? Is there going to be enough pool life for coming into the wall?
What a race. That's what we do it for.
Tim Stumbaugh from Rocky Mountain, time of 55.46.
Then you got
Nice race, guys.
outside smoke coming into the far side. Lane 2 taking the win with a time of 50.64. Reed Malone.
Are we sure he didn't swim all freestyle? Is that 100 iron time? 50 point?
Yes. Dang, that's fast. I'm that fast for a 50 fly.
I might be. I'm not sure.
In lane 5 in the odd tank, we have former Olympian Eduardo Saleche from Spain, swam in the 2016 Olympics.
That's my sister. She's like geeking out.
Great time, 49.91. Eduardo, again, 2016 Olympian.
Getting into the faster heats here. Makes times a little difficult.
Jesse Schmidt from Rocky Mountain with a time of 55.95. Heat 39. Matthew Otto in the odd pool in lane 6, going into the last 25. Matthew Otto from the New York Athletic Club with a time of 49.64, wins Heat 39.
Coming into the wall first for heat number 40 with a time of 48.34. Mark Andrew, representing Team Walker.
Heat 41. Liam O'Mara and Connor Sweeney, stroke for stroke. Connor Sweeney with a time of 58.74, University of Rhode Island, wins Heat 41.
Also, just a reminder that coaches, you need to pick up your relay cards. Be sure to swing on out to registration, grab your relay cards before the relays get started.
Last heat of the men's 100 IM.
Seeing back here in the water is absolutely amazing.
It's done a lot for people throughout their lives. It's a great character builder. Lane 2. Jonathan Affeld from the Olympic Club with a 49.95 wins the final heat of the men's 100 individual medley.